There are two ways you can kind of look at this play. I think it's either you have to acknowledge the limitations of your right guard, McCade Matire. He's not an explosive athlete, not overly, he's not going to make the block that nobody else can make. He's not going to get there in that kind of time. Um, or you have to say Andrew Rame's got to do more here to help him. Um, this play is blocked up pretty well. There's at least 10 yards in this run if Gavin Sawchuk doesn't have to give so much ground right after he takes the ball, because this guy right here is is going to create pressure. Watch it, and then we'll go back. It's only because Sawchuk is so fast that that's able to even be what it was. Um, just watch him come up the middle here and just nearly destroy this play right there. It- there's a couple other backs on OU's roster that I think are probably tackled right there. But again, with Sawchuk's speed, he can kind of make up the difference. But like I said, he can't get turned downhill because he's dealing with that guy and having to go a little wider than he wants to and stay a little deeper rather than starting to cut that corner. Um, so here what you're going to have is let's actually I want to watch it one more time, make sure I talk about this correctly. I want to say Rain does a really good job getting in front of the defensive end's face. Now, part of that may be because he doesn't do enough on the nose to hand him off to McCade. So let's start from the start here. Okay. So at the snap, okay, so it's been snapped. You're going to have Rain kind of throw a hand, and then he's going to start working out to this guy. Matire's got to get across so that he can get in front of this guy and seal him off. I mean, and it doesn't have to be perfect. He's just got to give Sawchuk enough time. And I guess you could argue technically he does, but it's not as good as it needs to be. Um, Rouse is going to work out here. Everett's going to work out here. Everett's going to pick up this guy. Rouse is going to work. I'm sorry I drew that line so crazy. He's going to work out to this safety. And of course, Andrew Anthony is going to have TJ Tampa here, who is really good, by the way. So let's just watch it play out here a little bit. See, so there you've got Everett with the linebacker, Rouse working out here, Anthony's here, and Rame has gotten around the end. I mean, that's a nice block. That's tough. That's not easy to do what he's done there. Um, but Matire just can't get around this guy, and so instead of being able to start moving up field, which clearly he could have done otherwise, Sawchuk has to go on this course, and it gives this guy and everybody else time to flow to the football. Sorry, I left that all up there for you. Yeah, I mean, again, this is the stuff we keep talking about on the offensive line. Now, and I will say, these are smaller mistakes. Like it's almost like I know we have a lot of hunters in here. Aim small, miss small. Like the misses are getting smaller and smaller and smaller from what I can see. Again, we're all 13 minutes in here. Maybe I'll feel differently in a little while, but it's getting closer. But they've got to figure out whether either Rame's got to do more here, which I kind of think is what the deal is. And I don't mean to put that on Rame. I just, like it's the difference of a split second. Like I get it. Like it's hard to know when you've hit that right point, and then he's got to get out onto this guy. I mean, this is a lot to ask of a center. This tells you that Oklahoma thinks they've got a good player here in Andrew Rame. To ask him to do this, that's a lot. And with McCade, again, if you're talking about, I don't know, go through the great guards that OU's had through the years, okay, like you can get away with it, but he is neither explosive enough athletically to make up that ground, nor is he overwhelming enough physically to just knock the guy off balance with an initial punch, like a Duke Robinson or a Davin Joseph or one of those guys could have done. Um, that's not Ben Powers is a more recent example for people. Those guys, once they could get their hands on you, they could strike you to the point that at least you were going to be stunned for long enough to, for things to have to work out. So again, just the little stuff here that OU's got to improve on. But again, this is